Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So look at Bitcoin, guys, was on a tear last night, went to a high of 18,400, almost 18,500 per BTC. I have it on the hourly right now. This was at about 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then the very next hour, around midnight, we had seen about a $1,500 drop for Bitcoin. Now it is rebounding back, trading at about 18,200 per BTC. So another milestone, broke the $18,000 ceiling. XRP also chugging away. Okay, we also saw a high for XRP of almost 31 cents, just shy of that, 0.308. Came down here, retraced. Okay, now we're going to start to see the deep cuts, guys, and then rebounded back. So the higher these cryptocurrencies go, the deeper the corrections are going to be. Let me just put it back on Bitcoin real quick. I think when we start, let me put on the daily for Bitcoin. So that's the daily. I think when we hit this top here, the $20,000 mark, which we are almost there, guys. Look how close we are to all-time high. We are only 7% away, 7.69% away from Bitcoin reaching its all-time high. And I think at that point, we are going to see the deep cuts that we saw in the crypto space in 2017, those 40% corrections. And then maybe the Bitcoin market will cool off a bit. People will be like, see, it was a bubble. It just corrected 40%, but we've seen it in the past. Bitcoin is on a tear, guys, and it's going to bring alts up with it. And I saw this, so not paying attention to the main tweet right this second, but down here, guys, remember the other day I was talking about how the Great Reset was trending on Twitter? Well, now Stop the Great Reset is trending on Twitter, so I clicked on that. Interesting to see that some people are waking up to this. A tweet from Theo Fleury, and he's an ex-NHL player, if you guys don't know Theo Fleury. He actually tweeted out a petition here, Stop the Great Reset, and then Llama Drama down here writes, and here's a counterpoint to this, conservatives want to stop the Great Reset because they don't want an economy that works for everyone. The Great Reset would theoretically deal with extreme poverty, inequality, and climate change, according to Trudeau. So clearly a more liberal view on this Great Reset. And so here's what we have in front of us. All right, you and I all know what's going to happen with this Great Reset. And there will be a faction of people who believe the mainstream narrative. Look, it's good for the environment. Look, it's good for equality. But what they don't realize is what they're going to be losing. We're going to talk a little bit more about how the economy is changing. I wanted to touch on a few things first, though. Back to this tweet here. Ripple partner Cambridge Global Payments and Beanworks pave the way for cross-border payments and AP automation. This from the Cryptic Poet on Twitter. So Cambridge is a recent Ripple partner. They're a fleet core company and a provider of integrated cross-border payments and currency risk management solutions. And they have partnered with Beanworks Solutions, a leader in cloud-based accounts payable automation. And so these two companies are combining their services to provide customers with a complete AP automation technology solution that can simplify the accounts payable process for companies conducting business internationally from purchase to payments. Through this AP automation solution, companies will have the ability to process their international vendor invoices through an enhanced payment platform. And here's a quote from Twitter at Cambridge. We strive to create flexible integrations for our cross-border partner payment solutions so that we can collectively bring innovative and value-added payment services to our customers. This is big because Ripple just partnered up with Cambridge, as I had mentioned, about a month or two ago now, maybe 3 months now. This was big in the news, and now Cambridge continuing their partnership with Beanworks Solutions. When I keep saying, guys, the world is looking different, I'm not joking about that. We are going to emerge out of this in a very different world, and I think a lot of these companies realize this, and so they are already integrating so that their systems are future ready in order to be able to provide payments for people more easily and seamlessly. And I have a feeling this is going to be a feature of this Great Reset, considering a lot of jobs are going to be either automated or outsourced. Payment structures need to be more seamless, and now we're starting to see this with these Ripple integrated companies. Another Ripple partner, Forte, just announced new partnerships with Gallium Studios, Monster Ideas, Penrose, and GC Turbo that bring together blockchain-based economic technology and game and digital entertainment pioneers. Another one from the Cryptic Poet here. So today we're announcing, and this from a Forte press release, our next wave of developer partners. They're an extraordinary group of pioneers who have made their distinct dent, or three, in the universe of digital experiences and helped define and continue to shape the industry at large. So together with our partners, they'll be exploring, validating, and integrating new gameplay and economic designs rooted in community economics, a system where interests of developers and players are aligned. Of course, community economics, this is big in virtual gaming. This will open up new pathways for economic and creative empowerment within the community and allow people to engage with, benefit from, and simply enjoy games in a way that they have never before seen. Exchanging value in games, this isn't something new, and so now Ripple partner Forte announcing their new partnership with Gallium Studios, Monster Ideas, Penrose, and GC Turbo, bringing it all together, blockchain-based economic technology, and will likely run on Ripple by the looks of it. This from South Korean exchange Foblgate. They will be supporting XRP Flare Spark token airdrop. So just another one on the list, guys. If you are from South Korea and you're using the Foblgate exchange, you can read all the details down here. The Flare Network has also tweeted out a statement linking you to a Foblgate official announcement from their website. The airdrop's coming up. We're seeing the price of XRP rise, although I don't think we're actually seeing the price of XRP rise due to the Spark token FOMO. If you guys are still finding a way to claim your Spark tokens and you do have a Ledger Nano S or X, I have created a video. I'll link it up here in the top right hand corner. Conversely, if you are still looking for a cold storage way to hold your XRP, I do have an affiliate link for a Ledger Nano S or X in the description of this video. You can use it if you want. You don't have to use it. There are other ways to do this as well. Wanted to keep moving though, guys, because I got a lot here. This from James RuleXRP on Twitter. This coming from Anchorage. Custodian Anchorage seeks charter from crypto-friendly US bank regulator, the OCC. So the startup's trust company unit based in South Dakota has applied to the OCC to convert to a national bank. So Anchorage, guys, a custodian service for cryptocurrencies, has applied to become a national bank according to a notice dated November 9th and posted to the federal regulator's website. The notice contains little else in the way of detail except that Anchorage is represented by Dana Syracuse of the law firm Perkins Coie. Syracuse is a former general counsel for the New York Department of Financial Services and helped that agency draft its landmark BIT license regulation. So who better to be on your side than somebody who has actually drafted the BIT license regulation for New York State? Big news here, guys, for Anchorage, and you know why it's big news? Because of this announcement from back in April 2020, Anchorage now supports XRP. If you guys missed it, Anchorage now supports custody of XRP, a digital asset designed to facilitate fast, efficient cross-border transactions at scale. This happened several months ago now, back in April. Now Anchorage is applying to become a national bank. So all this, very, very great news for the XRP community and XRP hodlers. And we've got more Ripple partners here, guys, partnering with other companies. This from Wrath of Kahneman. So this with regards to new bank American Challenger development, and none other than Ripple enabled Temenos. So Temenos wins new U.S. customer in De Novo Bank ACDC. Temenos has secured a new U.S. customer in American Challenger Development Corporation, otherwise known as ACDC, not the band, of course. ACDC has selected Temenos' Transact system, which will sit in the heart of its proposed Challenger Bank. The firm submitted a de novo application to the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, the OCC, and Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, the FDIC, in July. And here's a quote, guys. American Challenger Bank will base itself in Stamford, Connecticut, and target Generation X users. ACDC describes a segment as one with well-defined unmet banking needs. That's interesting that they would actually classify Gen X as having undefined unmet banking needs. I feel like they're somewhere in between the old traditional system and the new wave of banking. Maybe a little more modern, steeped in both worlds perhaps. So American Challenger Bank plans to offer traditional deposit accounts, mortgages, and commercial lending products. According to the S&P Global, former Sallie Mae CEO Raymond Quinlan is in line for the CEO's position. Digital is accelerating, leading U.S. banking through a once-in-a-generation shift, says Temenos CEO Max Churard on LinkedIn. So here we go, trying to mix the traditional with clearly a leading edge new way of thinking with regards to banking, focusing on Generation X, and then obviously paving the way for future generations to hop on board with their banking solutions. Integrated now with Temenos, guys, which is a Ripple partner. I wanted to get back to the economy for a second, and the fact that we are now seeing people waking up to the fact that a great reset is happening, and the more you do the research, the more you realize who's behind this, the more people are starting to ask questions. This, of course, as we're seeing articles like this come out, this from the Rock_XRP on Twitter. And this is Jerome Powell, guys. He is saying that we're never going back to the old economy. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell doubled down on his remarks, and he's saying we're not going back to the same economy. We're going back to a different economy. These are echoing comments he made at the European Central Banks Forum on central banking last week. The pandemic has accelerated ongoing trends, including the increasing use of technology, automation, and telework, Powell said last Thursday. And while these changes will be beneficial for some, they will hurt certain groups in the short term. So as I was saying before, companies like Cambridge getting ready, getting future ready, and leveraging their partnerships with companies like Ripple in order to provide technology that will make payment systems more seamless. Well, this all in the face of what is happening. So let me continue here. On Tuesday, Powell also reiterated that people in lower income jobs hadn't recovered as much as others, and that workers in the service industry might need more help going forward. So he is stating it outright. And, I feel like these politicians are going to use the beer flu, of course, and use this, the struggling economy as leverage to push a great reset narrative. As we're seeing here, people are actually waking up, thinking about it, and they want to stop the great reset. Meanwhile, others are saying, why would we want to do this? It's going to be great for everyone, great for the poor, great for inequality, great for climate change. Always look at the entire picture, people. It isn't so black and white. And this coming also as Brian Brooks gets the nod to become the U.S. comptroller of the currency to serve another 5 years. I saw this from the Cryptic Poet on fire today, tweeting out a lot of articles. So outgoing U.S. President Donald Trump has nominated acting comptroller of the currency Brian Brooks, an advocate for crypto-friendly reforms, to lead the national bank regulator on a permanent basis. So Brooks, a former bank executive who joined the office of the comptroller of the currency in March after a stint as general counsel at Coinbase, has headed the federal agency since May. One of his first actions at the agency was to propose a federal licensing regime for fintech startups, as we all know, which would spare them from obtaining state-by-state money transfer licenses that all crypto exchanges currently need to do business. So this guy, of course, pro-cryptocurrency, in for another 5 years. This all happening, guys, as we're hearing news of this. So this from Crypto-Dash at Crypto_ODL on Twitter. Shelton Fed nomination fails key Senate procedural vote, possibly ending her chances. So what does this mean? Interesting turn of events. Judy Shelton's controversial nomination to the Federal Reserve suffered a possibly fatal blow Tuesday in a key procedural vote in the Senate. The upper chamber voted 50-47 against a move that would have advanced the nomination by limiting debate, typically a death knell, because the opposition simply could block the vote from ever coming to the full floor. Gives you some details on the actual vote itself, but guys, why this is significant, and I want to get into this. Let me go down here. I wanted to talk a little bit about Judy Shelton's position with regards to the economy. We know I've done previous videos where we've heard her talk about cryptocurrency in a positive way. Shelton's views on Fed independence, the gold standard, and the guaranteeing of bank deposits have put her at odds with many Democratic senators and some on the Republican side. Her Finance Committee vote got through on strict party lines. Shelton is a former economic advisor to President Donald Trump. The gold standard, not a popular opinion with the Senate, obviously, and does it fit with this Great Reset narrative of the 1% being able to control most of the wealth? I think that is up for debate. There are a lot of factors involved here, a lot at play. Politically, it's interesting to see who's coming in, who's going out. As we know, Jay Clayton just stepped down a couple of days ago, and that was a bit of a surprise. He was supposed to stay until June 2021. So what does this mean for XRP? Well, we've got the Great Reset. We've got Stop the Great Reset. Some people are waking up. Do you think that we can stop the Great Reset even if we wanted to? I mean, a petition is nice and all, but do you really think that's going to do much? Then we've got other people buying into the narrative. So where does this put cryptocurrencies, namely XRP? Well, of course, XRP, striving to be part of that financial system. I have a feeling that, attempts to stop a Great Reset are going to be futile. And since XRP is part of the system, XRP hodlers are going to do really, really well. That said, though, what's going to happen to everybody else? Judy Shelton's chances now not looking so great. However, we do have Brian Brooks in for another 5 years. And Jerome Powell already preconditioning us to get it in our heads that the economy is going to be very, very different coming out of this. Should we be buying more cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, XRP, and any others that would hedge our bets against a failing economy, against a new emerging economy where the rich will get richer and the wealth divide will increase? Who knows what'll happen? I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.